Three friends lived in the coastal town of Pacifica, a place renowned for its rugged cliffs and the eternal ebb and flow of the Pacific Ocean. The surging waves and their insatiable thirst for adventure intertwined their lives. Mark Taylor, a 26-year-old graduate student studying marine biology at a nearby prestigious university, was the driving force behind the trio. His passion for the ocean and its mysterious inhabitants was unmatched, fueling many beachside debates and late-night study sessions. Gary Miller, 25 years old, was an aspiring environmental journalist from San Francisco. Eloquent and with an eye for detail, Gary was drawn to the ocean for its beauty and the stories it held. John Harris, the youngest of the trio at 24, was a spirited freediver, equally at ease beneath the waves as above them. Originally from Los Angeles, he had moved to Pacifica to pursue his passion for freediving and marine conservation. Their paths converged at the university, where their shared love for the ocean deepened their friendship. They often found solace and excitement in the waves, embarking on ventures that tested their physical limits and collective understanding of the marine world. One fateful afternoon in 2002, their usual camaraderie took a thrilling turn. The trio, gripped by the allure of the ocean, decided to seize the day and challenge the mighty waves. Little did they know that this decision would soon plunge them into the very heart of danger. The stage was set at a local surf spot known for its waves, which enchanted and intimidated even the most seasoned surfers and bodyboarders. The waves crashed against the shore with rhythmic ferocity, inviting the trio into the dangerous embrace of the ocean. With their bodyboards in hand and hearts pulsating with anticipation, Mark, Gary, and John made their way into the sea, ready to take on the challenge that awaited them. It was a day that would etch its memory deep into the annals of their lives, forever altering the course of their journey amidst the waves. As the friends paddled further into the ocean, the taste of salt in the air mingled with their excitement. The adrenaline surged through their veins, drowning any lingering trepidation they might have harbored. The waves were fierce, rising like mountains before crashing down in a thunderous display of nature's power. Mark, being the most experienced waterman among them, took the lead. He skillfully maneuvered the waves, his bodyboard an extension of himself. Gary and John followed, their enthusiasm fueling their courage. A sudden disturbance in the water caught Mark's attention. A subtle change in the current made him pause, a primal instinct warning him of danger. He glanced around, trying to discern the source of this disturbance. Then, out of the depths emerged a creature that would shatter their idyllic day. A bull shark, a formidable ocean predator, surged towards Mark with astonishing speed and deadly intent. Its menacing and unmistakable filled the trio with dread. Mark's heart raced as he recognized the peril they were in. He shouted at Gary and John, a warning that became a primal scream as the shark bore down on him. The bull shark attacked in a swift, brutal strike, its jaws clamping onto Mark's leg. The ferocity of the assault was beyond comprehension. The force of the bite sent shockwaves through the group, the reality sinking in like an anchor, dragging them into the depths of fear. Gary and John watched in horror as their friend fought for his life, grappling with the ruthless predator. The sea turned crimson as the struggle continued. Mark's desperate cries echoed, the sound of pain and fear reverberating through the waves. The shark's power was awe-inspiring, its primal hunger driving it to overpower its prey. With every passing moment, hope waned. Mark's strength was ebbing away, his body succumbing to the agonizing grip of the shark. Once a place of joy and adventure, the ocean has transformed into a battleground of life and death. Mark's fight for survival had just begun, and the outcome remained uncertain, hanging in the balance of a relentless and unforgiving sea. As the bull shark's jaws clamped down on Mark's leg, the world seemed to slow to a nightmarish crawl. Mark's survival instincts kicked in. He summoned all his strength and unleashed a barrage of desperate kicks and punches. His fists pounded the shark's rough skin. His feet flailed in a furious struggle for freedom. Gary and John, their faces contorted with terror, paddled towards their friend as fast as they could. The salt water churned with their frantic strokes, each taking them closer to the unfolding nightmare. The bull shark lunged at Mark, its teeth sinking into his leg with a sharp, piercing bite. Mark cried in pain as the shark's powerful jaws clamped down. Gary and John, their hearts racing with fear and adrenaline, immediately rushed towards Mark. They grabbed his arms and shoulders, trying to pull him away from the shark's grip. Startled by the sudden resistance, the bull shark briefly shook its head before releasing Mark's leg. With Mark in distress, they all made a frantic effort to swim back to safety. Now that Mark was free, his friends wasted no time. They paddled furiously, dragging him towards the shore. The distance seemed impossibly far, and the shark, though momentarily defeated, still circled ominously nearby. Mark's blood trailed behind them, a grotesque marker of their desperate escape. The pain in his leg was excruciating, but he clung to consciousness, determined to return to the shore's safety. Gary and John could feel the sand beneath their feet as they neared the shallower waters. With a final burst of strength, they half carried and half dragged Mark onto the shore. The adrenaline that had fueled their fight against the shark now waned, leaving them physically and emotionally drained. Paramedics rushed to the scene, their faces grim as they assessed the extent of Mark's injuries. The shark's attack had left a gruesome tableau of torn flesh and shattered bones. Despite the unbearable pain, Mark remained conscious, his will to survive unwavering. He knew that his life hung in the balance, and he clung to the hope that the paramedics could save him. With precision born of experience, the paramedics stabilized Mark's condition. They applied tourniquets to staunch the bleeding from his mangled leg and administered pain medication to alleviate his suffering. Every second counted, and their swift actions gave Mark a fighting chance. An air ambulance was summoned to airlift Mark to the nearest trauma center. The minutes ticked by with agonizing slowness as they waited for the helicopter's arrival. Still in shock from the terrifying ordeal, Mark's friends could only watch helplessly as their companion fought for his life. Mark was carefully placed on a stretcher and loaded into the aircraft. The paramedics and flight crew worked seamlessly together, their expertise a beacon of hope amid despair. Mark was prepped for surgery, and the grim reality of his situation sank in. Hours turned into days as Mark underwent multiple surgeries to repair the extensive damage inflicted by the shark. The news of Mark's shark attack sent shockwaves through their coastal community. It served as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and untamed nature of the ocean. Beachgoers and surfers, once fearless in their pursuit of waves, now approached the water with newfound respect and caution. The bull shark's attack had left an indelible mark on their lives, a reminder that humans were but visitors in the realm of nature. Yet it also revealed the strength that could be found in adversity. In the early 2000s, 3 divers, each with a unique passion for the ocean, embarked on an extraordinary adventure. Deeply engrossed in marine life, Sarah Caldwell had an insatiable curiosity for the mysteries beneath the waves. Mark Rutledge, a gifted engineer seeking solace from the world of machinery, and Jake Thornton, a versatile and spirited individual with a profound love for surfing and diving, formed this trio. They hailed from the coastal town of Baycroft, in the heart of Australia, where the vast Pacific Ocean kissed the rugged shoreline. Baycroft was a tight-knit community, where life was intertwined with the ebb and flow of the ocean. Fishing boats dotted the marina, surfboards lined the sandy shores, and the salted breeze was a constant companion. It was a town where everybody knew each other, their lives revolving around the sea. Fishing, surfing, and diving were as much a part of the culture as the salty air that filled their lungs. The decision to venture beyond the usual diving spots emerged from their shared desire to discover uncharted territories in the ocean they had always known. Rumors had been circulating about a mystical reef, hidden from the ordinary diver's eye, teeming with elusive marine species. The whispers of this reef, which had reached their ears through stories told by the old fishermen in Baycroft, were the catalyst for their adventure. It was whispered that this reef held secrets of a world rarely seen, a treasure trove of life waiting to be explored. During the summer of 2003, a year etched in their memories, the trio eagerly set out to uncover the secrets of this mystical reef. Anchoring near this hidden underwater wonder, they readied themselves for an adventure that would forever mark their lives. The reef they sought was a few miles off the Australian coast, promising an exploration beyond the ordinary, drawing them to the unknown with an irresistible allure. Little did they know their adventure would soon become a chilling battle for survival. The vibrant reef greeted them with a kaleidoscope of colors as they descended, a hidden paradise beneath the waves. Fish of all sizes darted amidst the corals, creating a mesmerizing underwater dance. They swam further, their excitement mounting as they ventured into uncharted territory. But in this idyllic realm, danger lurked. A great white shark, a formidable predator of the deep, had sensed their presence. With a sudden burst of speed, it lunged towards them, jaws agape, aiming for a devastating attack. Sarah, the closest to the shark, saw its razor-sharp teeth closing in. Instinctively, she kicked and pushed herself away, narrowly evading a direct hit. However, the shark's power was immense, and its teeth grazed her leg, leaving behind deep gashes. Blood clouded the water, a stark reminder of their peril. Seeing Sarah's struggle, Mark grabbed her and pulled her towards a rock formation, shouting for Jake to follow. They huddled together, their hearts racing, faces stricken with fear. The shark circled, its cold, unrelenting eyes fixated on them, calculating its next move. Jake, a seasoned surfer familiar with the primal force of the ocean, knew they needed to act decisively. He grabbed a pointed piece of rock, intending to distract the shark and give his friends a chance to escape. With all his strength, he hurled the stone in the opposite direction. The shark, momentarily diverted by the movement, turned away from the trio and pursued the rock. This gave Sarah, Mark, and Jake a precious window of opportunity. They swam as fast as their battered bodies allowed, heading towards the surface, their hearts pounding in their chests. Injured and frightened, they reached their boat and hoisted themselves on board. The reality of their near-fatal encounter sank in. Sarah's leg was bleeding profusely, and Mark had sustained injuries to his arm and side. Though physically less affected, Jake was emotionally scarred by the terrifying event. With adrenaline still coursing through their veins, they radioed for emergency help, guiding the rescue team to their location. The chilling reality of what had just transpired sank as the boat sped towards the shore. Their lives had been on the line, and they had narrowly escaped the jaws of the mighty predator. Sarah's injuries were severe, requiring urgent medical attention. The boat rushed back to Baycroft, and an ambulance was waiting at the marina. Sarah was carefully loaded into it, her leg wounds bandaged tightly, and she was taken to the hospital for emergency surgery. The doctors worked tirelessly to save her leg and nurse her back to health. Mark and Jake, while not as severely injured, were deeply affected by the events. The emotional scars ran deep. Mark had suffered bites on his arm and side, requiring stitches and leaving lasting reminders of the encounter. Jake, although physically less affected, felt a profound sense of guilt for not being able to protect his friends better. Their families gathered in the hospital waiting room, anxiety etched on their faces. The news of the shark attack had spread swiftly through the tight-knit community of Baycroft. The town rallied around the trio, offering prayers and support. The local news had picked up the story, casting a spotlight on the resilience of the young divers. After several weeks, Sarah slowly recovered from her physical and emotional injuries. Her friends visited her regularly. The harrowing experience strengthened their bond. The incident profoundly impacted the trio's love for the ocean. While the allure of the sea remained, it was now tinged with caution and respect for its power. They continued to dive, but with a newfound awareness of the risks involved. Their passion for exploring the depths persisted, but they were now seasoned and cautious divers. In the late 1990s, off the rugged coast of the Caribbean Sea, a chilling narrative unfolded, etching itself into the annals of maritime terror. Captain Daniel Whitaker was a revered figure in the quaint fishing village of Ocean's Reach, nestled on the rugged coast of the Caribbean Sea. Weathered by years spent battling the stormy waters of the Pacific, Daniel was a man of the sea, with the salty air and crashing waves coursing through his veins. His rugged exterior concealed a heart that beat for adventure, a longing for the unpredictable tales the ocean had yet to reveal. Daniel was the proud owner and skipper of the fishing vessel Triton's Bounty, a boat that had weathered countless storms and navigated treacherous waters. Joining him were his skilled crewmates, Ethan Blackwood, the son of a long line of fishermen, his seafaring lineage etched into the very marrow of his bones. Ryan Caldwell, a fearless deckhand with a knack for reading the currents and foreseeing the moods of the ocean. Maria Santiago, the resourceful and passionate marine biologist, whose dream was to unlock the mysteries of the deep. and Miguel Reyes, a cheerful seasoned fisherman whose laugh echoed through the coastal town. The crew of Triton's Bounty shared a camaraderie born of years spent fishing together, a bond more vital than the most demanding anchor chain. Their shared love for the sea and the thrill of the hunt drove them to venture into the ocean's abyss to reap its rewards. The year was 1998, when the world was on the cusp of a new millennium, brimming with hope and uncertainty. The crew had set sail on a moonlit night, the stars illuminating the inky expanse, their expectations as vast as the ocean. They aimed to venture farther into the depths than ever before, chasing the whispers of a bountiful catch, a promise of prosperity that beckoned from the heart of the Pacific. The boat sliced through the waves, leaving a shimmering trail. The winds whispered secrets of the ocean, and the crew listened intently, the anticipation of the night's endeavor fueling their excitement. As the coast of Ocean's Reach faded into the distance, they prepared to cast their lines and embrace the mysteries that awaited beneath the waves. Unbeknownst to them, the dark depths held more than just the promise of a prosperous catch. A shadow lurked, a creature of nightmares, ready to turn their expedition into a struggle for survival. The bull shark, a formidable predator distinguished by its robust physique, prowled stealthily beneath the water's surface. The aroma of bait and the frenetic movements of fish in the vicinity ignited its primal instincts. Ethan, Maria, and Miguel were at the stern of the boat, quietly preparing their fishing lines under the moonlit sky. Sensing the vibrations of struggling fish on their lines, the shark approached, curious and opportunistic. In a sudden and shocking turn of events, the shark lunged towards Maria's line. Her heart raced as she felt a powerful jolt, and the shark's jaws clamped onto her baited hook. With a surge of adrenaline, she instinctively yanked her line in an attempt to free the catch. But the shark's aggression led to an unexpected and intense struggle, leaving her in a perilous situation. The situation took a harrowing turn as Maria grappled with the unexpected force on her line. In its frantic attempt to secure the bait, the bull shark inadvertently clamped onto her leg with a powerful bite. Pain coursed through her body as she let out a startled cry. In the chaos of the shark's sudden attack, Maria felt the searing pain of its bite as it clamped down on her leg. The force of the impact knocked her off balance, her screams echoing across the waves. Acting on instinct, Ethan and Miguel rushed to pull Maria away from the boat's edge, the water around her now stained with her blood. Captain Daniel, Ryan, and the rest of the crew rushed to Maria's aid, their hearts pounding with fear and adrenaline. The boat rocked violently from the shark's assault. The creature was relentless in its pursuit. The crew scrambled to defend their vessel, fighting with all their might against the primal force of the ocean's fury. Armed with a harpoon, Ryan bravely plunged it into the shark's side, momentarily causing the predator to release its grip on the boat. The wounded creature thrashed, its agony fueling its rage. A seasoned fisherman, Miguel grabbed a gaff hook, joining Ryan in the fight to protect their crew. With adrenaline surging through their veins, they struck at the relentless shark, their determination to save their friends propelling their every move. Torn between assisting Maria and aiding his comrades, Ethan fought to keep Maria conscious, trying to stem the bleeding from her leg. The fear in Maria's eyes was mirrored in his, but he pushed aside his terror, focusing on the task at hand. Amid the chaos, a nearby Coast Guard vessel answered the distress call they had sent earlier. The rescuers sped towards them, their searchlights cutting through the darkness, casting an eerie glow on the raging sea. The crew of Triton's Bounty held their ground, their battle cries drowned by the ocean's roar. The arrival of the Coast Guard marked a turning point as they chased the relentless shark away, allowing the crew to breathe a sigh of relief. Maria was rushed to the hospital, her leg badly injured, the agony etched on her face. Though physically battered and emotionally scarred, the crew stood together, united by an experience that forever altered their ocean perception. In the aftermath of that harrowing night off the coast of the Caribbean, the crew of Triton's Bounty found themselves grappling with the trauma of the bull shark attack. The once idyllic waters had become treacherous, and the physical and emotional scars were haunting reminders of the unforgiving sea. Maria bore the brunt of the shark's ferocious assault. The bite had torn into her leg, leaving deep, ragged wounds that marred her flesh. The hospital became a second home, where surgeons fought to save her limb. However, the damage was extensive. and the doctors faced a grim reality. To ensure Maria's survival and a chance at a fulfilling life, they had to make the difficult decision to amputate her leg below the knee. The news was a devastating blow. Maria faced a grueling rehabilitation process, grappling with the loss of her leg and the profound changes it brought to her life. It was a path fraught with physical pain and emotional turmoil, a journey to relearn simple tasks and recalibrate her dreams. The once effortless act of walking now required prosthetics and perseverance. The coastal town of Ocean's Reach rallied around Maria, offering support and empathy. Her resilience resonated deeply within the community, symbolizing hope and determination. They organized fundraisers and events to assist with her medical expenses and rehabilitation, showcasing the incredible strength of their bond. Maria's journey became a source of profound admiration for Ethan, Ryan, and Miguel. They witnessed firsthand her unwavering courage and determination to reclaim her life. The crew of Triton's Bounty, forever bound by their trials, vowed to continue their maritime adventures, approaching the ocean with a newfound respect and understanding. Maria's story was a beacon of light, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, proving that even in the face of the worst circumstances, one could find hope, purpose, and the strength to triumph over adversity. Through her strength and resilience, Maria transformed tragedy into a legacy of inspiration, forever etching her name into the hearts of all who knew her tale.